In the land of 10,000 lakes, a remarkable movement was born.
All right. We want to take you to a Stillwater-based nonprofit that is helping to find solutions for military veterans and active service members, law enforcement, and first responders.
It's called Hometown Hero Outdoors, an organization that takes people who've worn a uniform on hunting, camping, and fishing adventures. And I mean really cool adventures. I went along for one of those trips for my Why We Give report. From snow geese in South Dakota, pheasants in North Dakota, to sturgeon on the St. Croix in Bayport, Hometown Hero Outdoors aims to create space for healing to begin for military and first responders.
My name's Chris Tatro.
The organization's president and co-founder served in Bosnia and Iraq, currently works in law enforcement. He knows the struggle.
It's to help with mental health, get people in the outdoors, do something healthy, help them with PTSD or anxieties, something that's new and healthy for them.
On this chilly fall day, the Hometown Hero is Brian Peters.
So this will be the first time I've gone sturgeon fishing, and hopefully I'm not struggling trying to get a fish in the boat, but we'll see.
He's the former director of the Minnesota Police and Peace Officers Association, a commander with Brooklyn Center Police, and started out as a Marine.
Getting out into the outdoors is very therapeutic, and I encourage anybody out there that is struggling right now to get with Hometown Heroes Outdoors, go fishing, go hunting, and just be out in nature.
It only took an hour, and Peters got his wish.
It's pretty cool.
It's about creating a space for those bearing the burden of their service, and a chance to reel in a moment that really matters. Hometown Hero Outdoors has gone on 1,200 adventures, each of them with a profound impact. That's why we give. What's your cause? The president and the co-founder, Chris Tatro, is here this morning. Chris, good to see you.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
You are on adventures all the time, my man.
Yeah, we stay pretty busy.
So when did this organization really start and get going?
We started in early 2017, late 2017, and we began to see a need for additional outdoor recreation for, it was law enforcement and military at the time, or veterans, and we actually expanded that on our 5th year anniversary to other first responders. So.
And you're hoping to expand even further from what I've heard.
Yeah, you know, we have had conversations. So right now it's military service members, veterans, law enforcement, fire, and EMS. And we're going to start having some conversations regarding if we opening up to corrections and dispatchers as well. We try to do things incrementally, make sure we understand the professions and that we're doing everything in order the way we're supposed to. But then also we're in 28 states and we're looking to expand to all 50 at some point.
So what does it take to make that kind of expansion possible, like to get out in the rest of the country?
It's really comes down to volunteers, right? So we're 100% volunteer based. No one gets paid here. But the big thing is we want to ensure that people have a commitment to helping and volunteer in their state, understand their local rules and laws when it comes to operating a nonprofit. But they all operate underneath our parent nonprofit that's based in Stillwater. But it's all about giving and the people that are available to give their time and invest in the mission.
Who are the volunteers? Because I think about like the firefighters, the military folks, the police officers, they all tend to be like outdoorsy and kind of have that experience. They seem like they would make great volunteers, but they're also the ones you're serving.
Yeah, 95% of our volunteer has served in some capacity in any of those professions, but then the other 5% are people who just want to give.
Yeah.
And the big thing about the 95% of those volunteers have serving, we do relate to each other, and we are peers that have similar experiences. Maybe it's not the exact same thing, but when we're able to get in the field and have these conversations, decompress and talk about the things that we've been through, really helps people drop their shoulders, breathe a little deeper, and then they get to go home refreshed.
Can you expand on that a little bit, or give us an example of someone who has been able to go out, have one of these adventures, and what that sort of does for them when they're done with it?
Sure, yeah. I mean, the biggest one I think about, the one that I was involved in, was Officer Eric Matson out of Waseca, Minnesota. We've talked about him here a couple times. And we did a documentary on him called The Weight of the Crown, where after his injury, we asked him what he wanted to do in the outdoors. And he wanted to go on a duck hunt for a king eider, which I didn't know what was to begin with. After some research, we found out they're up at St. Paul Island, you know, and we brought him up there. He was able to harvest his duck. It's out in the middle of nowhere. Felt like we're on the moon. Closer to Russia than we were anywhere else. And he got his duck and we brought him back, and it's helping him.
St. Paul Island being where? Not in St. Paul.
No,
I'm taking
the Bering Sea where they filmed the deadliest catch out in the middle of nowhere.
Wow. So you're not just doing trips locally in these
All
28
over.
states that you're in, all over.
Yeah, we have partners in Uvalde, Texas, the Harris Ranch. They had a 30,000-acre ranch where they do deer hunting for our people. People put in for these things and they get randomly selected, or if they're in need of something to help with their mental health, we'll select those people that need it, that reset button that's hit. But Uvalde, the Harris Ranch is a big one. The Wicked Tuna crew off the East Coast, they do the TV show Wicked Tuna. They'll take out people with us. But then we have all the people all over different states. Operation Cut 'em is something that's coming up in Colorado where they do goose hunts, so just all over the place.
Well, and back to Officer Mattson, I saw just the other day, it's not just hunting adventures. You took him to a Vikings game.
Yeah.
And did the tailgate thing, the Sir Death tailgate, which I've always wanted to do, and then went to the game. So it's things, like that as well. Yeah,
well, it's creating connections and building friendships, right? It's just not within our service. These connections that we builds camaraderie, and that lasts beyond the outdoor adventure. So with Eric, Eric's in a place where, he's never going to be able to function the same as he was prior to being shot in the head, right? But we created a friendship that's going to last a lifetime, and we had the opportunity, Sir Death raised some funds for the Vikings tickets to take Eric to the game, and he asked if I could help with that, and obviously I'm not going to say no. It's Eric. He's one of my guys, and I wanted to help him, yeah. So he came, stayed at the house for the night, then we got to hang out, then we went to the Vikings game the next day, and fortunately it didn't go the way we wanted, but...
Well, not much has this year.
No, I was just going to say.
A couple games here and there to keep us interested.
But Eric got all the way down the stairs. I mean, it's just that little push, is huge for people at times, and he needed that, and he had a blast.
So when people, if they're watching this and they're like, I want to donate, I want to make a difference, I think people like to know where the money goes, how their donation makes a difference. How does it make a difference? Yeah,
so it costs about $100 per person per day to get someone in the outdoors, and that's the majority of our funds goes towards that. We're very frugal. We try to stretch that dollar as far as possible. So if we can get $50, how do we make it 100, or how do we take 2 people out for the funds that we received? So 90% of that goes back towards the mission. The other 10% is for administrative costs. But the big thing right now is Give to the Max. We have a matching donor right now. So if someone is to donate or wants to give to us, that we have a matching donor up to $20,000. So if you give $50, it turns into $100. And you just got a person in the outdoors. Or if you want to give $100, it turns into $200. So that'll get 2 people in the outdoors. So there's a lot of variable ways you can do that, but it's through our website or on our social media channels.
All right, so this is exciting. Over on our sister station, 45 TV, you guys are going to start airing program about some of these adventures that you have you got a production crew. So tell us about all that.
Yeah, you got to meet them when you came out and did that special on us. So it's called the Hero Chronicles. It's a television show where we're telling people's stories. So anybody can do a hunting and fishing show. They're out there. They're dime a dozen. Our goal is to be able to have a show where we tell people's stories of the life of service. So the format is 80%. We're going to focus on the individual who has given service to either in the military or as a first responder. And then the 20% is while they get to do something that they typically wouldn't get to do with us in the outdoors. So that the segment that we just showed on the river, Brian Peters, he's a law enforcement officer like I talked about. So we'll have a segment or a show on him specifically, his life of service, and then getting to go fishing with us on the St. Croix. And we have several of those, but it's going to be on Channel 45 this next April.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
If people want to get involved, maybe they can't donate financially, but they want to get involved because they have a passion for the outdoors too.
Yep.
Can people reach out to you? How does that work?
Yeah, so we have tons of opportunities that people can do to help us. So we have our volunteers that are in-house. They understand our policies and our procedures and what to do in the outdoors. Those are called field staff. The requirements for that are pretty minimal. So doing 2 outdoor adventures or trips a year and support at an event. So maybe it's a trade show, maybe we're going, we got Sam's Christmas Village coming up, right? Just some support there where we can get some muscle to help us out and communicate with people. But then there's other things that people can do as well, and they can find out all those things on our website. So there's a link on how to help or volunteer. They click on that. There's a huge list of things that people can choose from. Sends us an email, we'll get in contact with you. One of our board of directors, Kimberly, will reach out and we'll connect you with the team and figure out how you can help.
And I would also say, if you folks are interested in learning, you're all over the socials.
Yeah.
You guys have a great YouTube, Facebook, any other social, Instagram?
Yeah. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, pretty much all of them.
You're really good at that, and I think that's good, because I think that's a lot of times maybe, particularly for some of the heroes who are interested in it, but maybe not sure they want to make a phone call yet.
Yep.
Or, send an email or whatever it might be, just to be able to sort of observe from afar a little bit through social media and see what guys are up to and kind of get the vibe.
Yeah, check it out, or reach out to us. We'd like to invite people to come and experience something. Maybe it's for a short window of time or a longer stay. Even some of our donors will sometimes bring with to see what it does for people. And we like to do surveys of our people that we bring on the outdoors to see how their mental health was before and how it is after. And it's just a profound increase in their psyche and how well they can communicate and get back to real life and just get in the outdoors and learn something new and healthy for them.
I think it's really important too for folks to learn they're not alone.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
And they're suffering. And so if they can be with a group of people who have maybe not necessarily been there, but can empathize, can understand, have had a similar experience, I think that's really key for
Yeah,
folks
absolutely.
who are struggling.
Yeah, and it's that those small connections become big connections
Yeah.
really fast, and it's helpful for people. And like I said, the relationships live outside of that outdoor adventure too. So we stay in contact with a lot of people that we bring in the outdoors.
It's awesome, Chris.
Chris, thank you.
Thank you.
Well,
Appreciate
are
it.
you going to Florida anytime soon? Any place warm?
Not any time really soon, but
If you
Chris
do,
would like to get in on that trip.
I thank you, Megan, for reading my mind. If you do and you need somebody to go along again.
we are going to that Uvalde Ranch in January.
Oh, sounds great.
There you go.
Good to see you, Chris.
You too, thank you.
If you'd like to help, just head to the Why We Give section at KSTP.com, and right there you'll be able to learn more about Hometown Hero Outdoors.